lot of screaming, and we have to say there's a lot to talk about because we have different views on this episode. This is going to be very exciting because I believe this is an ecstasy booth, whereas my co-host thinks it belongs in agony. I am very happy that we are here. Oh, and okay, so VHS Jason's in the middle, which I appreciate. We are welcoming you back to the Captain's Quadrant. You are now permanently back with us every Friday. That's why we moved, for the great honor to have Jace. But we are joined with the actor who was in this episode himself, David Jones. He's on the cover, as a matter of fact. So, cover of our thumbnail. That is the nice gentleman there. And we're going to talk all about this episode. And we are probably going to have a few discrepancies and debates. And, we'll go from there. And we are excited to be with you today. So, without further ado, let us give Jason his moment to shine and read the synopsis.
Very well. Captain Pike and his crew welcome a Klingon defector aboard the U.S.S. Enterprise, but his presence triggers the revelation of some shocking secrets.
Dun, dun, dun. Yes.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun. Shocking secret.
That's great.
All right, let's hop right into it. Boom.
It's been a year, and that still makes me laugh every time I see it. And it's so funny because it's such a great episode, and Patrick Stewart is so amazing in that episode. David Warner is so amazing, but we've taken that one thing out of context and we ruined it. We ruined the whole thing.
No, it's fantastic. It's the best thing that we've ever done. It's the best thing that Jason's ever done. Let me give it
the
credit.
Best thing we've ever done, and we should be ashamed of ourselves.
No, I mean the background.
Patrick Stewart's going to come across this podcast when he's like, agony booth. I wonder what this is. He's going to put it on. That scene was me at my best, and they completely messed it up. I'm going to write them a very strongly worded postcard because I don't think he knows how to use email.
Can I just say though that it could have been worse because it was up to Jason here. I would have had to digitally add testicles coming out the bottom of his cloak. And thankfully, I had the taste to hold back from that.
That is still not off the table. And I say, as he gets older and older, they're just going to be like the ball at New Year's.
New Year's Eve.
Yes, we're just going to be 10, 9. What the devil are you doing back there?
Poor David. It's been.
Who are these people?
What? It's been 3 minutes and we're already talking about old man's testicles. Sorry, mate. It's just the kind of show we are by the looks.
He's just smiling. He's just like, what the hell?
What am I doing here?
Why did I come back?
Yeah. Is this a good idea? All right. So let's hop into it. WTF did we just watch? Normally I'd give our guest the stage here, but you were in it. So we know what we watched. So I am going to give it to VHS Jace, since you were returning.
Yep.
WTF?
Yeah. Look, honestly, it is a middling episode because there are things that I think are really strong in this. I really love the Mbega Nurse Chapel. A lot of that. I really don't like how it ends though. With that storyline, but the Klingon defector, man, like. Yeah, it was okay in the beginning, but man, did it fall off by the end. And what made me get up and go, that is horrible, is the fact that he ends up being a con man, a shuckster, a liar. It's like he was, like, it's like he's trying to sell the monorail, like in the Simpsons episode.
Oh my God.
Because essentially that's what he is. And it was not cool. But everything on that planet, when they're dealing with the wartime situation between, and where our good friend here, David Jones, it's the scenes that he's in that I saw. Like, wow, there's some really gritty stuff. But they set it up, but they never pay it off in this episode in regards to that post-traumatic stress disorder that they're going through. Is just, it's kind of like, we're going to end it by killing someone, and that's okay. So now we have Mbenga and we have Nurse Chapel, who we know are a murderer and an accomplice to murder, and they're our protagonists, and we're supposed to be just okay with that, and I didn't like that. That was my, big beef with it.
All right.
But Acting performances are excellent and always. Visual effects are incredible. I mean, the show's got such a high standard that anything less I get annoyed at, because when it's right, it's amazing. But yeah, that's how I felt.
All right, Jason
Cheers.
Roy Gaston.
My opinion of this episode is severe. I actually thought that it was a little too gritty. It was a little too much in that department, but I thought that's okay. We're getting some really good performances out of it. And then we get the most melodramatic scene I've ever seen in Star Trek of you see the knife and then it cuts to that frosted glass and you just hear the voices like, "What are you doing? No, let go. How dare you? Let go of me." And now it's supposed to be like it's mystery. Did this really happen? Did Mbinga kill him out of anger? Did he kill him out of this? But it was just handled so badly.
Interesting.
I honestly think that one scene completely wrecked the entire episode.
Ooh.
And which is strange because Mbinga was on point. Ambassador he was on. Yeah, I just said it's Raj. There we go. Ambassador Raj, great actor, and Jess Bush is just fantastic. All of them were great. I just feel like so many balls were thrown in the air, and many of them were dropped at the end. And I will also say that's not this episode's fault, but we have a man who gives us this performance in which he cries and whispers, and everybody falls all over themselves to talk about what a great performance it is. And then Sonequa Martin Green gives a performance where she cries and whispers, and everybody complains.
Oh, you're saying a double standard.
I'm saying huge double standard. Huge double standard.
Wow. Well, for me, I love this episode because it dealt with a lot of PTSD. And I loved that scene at the end that you were talking about where you don't know if because he's a shuckster, would he stab himself and then miss the mark just so that playing the blame on Mbanga? It's a possibility. It was very interesting to see that maybe that's the point that they were trying to come across. I thought that was very cool. And another highlight of this episode, there's our buddy David Jones. Woo! Walking down. Now that gentleman next to you, was he also a background actor, or was he?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe he is one of many of us special ops.
Okay. So
I got to ask a question. I can't wait. How did it feel putting on that uniform?
I know.
Did you get the moment where you just geeked out? Did you have that moment at all?
I nerded out. Like originally, I was supposed to play an Orion in the Rigel 7 episode.
Oh, okay.
But I think something happened with my previous job where like we had just scheduling issues and stuff like that. So I saw a casting call for a wounded soldier, but it didn't say human, Klingon, nothing. So we had to go in for a fitting and stuff like that. And the minute I saw that, I know everyone said, "Well, wait, the Enterprise is not supposed to be in this part of the Klingon War." But the minute I saw the U.S.S. Enterprise badge on my jacket, man, I just nerded right out.
Oh yeah.
I don't care how.
It said U.S.S. Enterprise. The episode's ruined. Continuity's off. It's ruined. No, our boy took selfies. I saw them. I saw the selfies. I saw the excited selfies.
As
you know what? I do the same thing. I would too.
Yeah.
Damn,
I would too.
I'd be like, "Excuse me, Mr. Mount Anson, could you take a picture of me? Thanks." With me? No, just of me. Thank you.
No. Anson is such a nerd. He'd do it too. He'd go, I know. I do it every day too.
Oh,
man. The problem is with being an extra is you're not supposed to talk to the actors unless they talk to you first.
Right.
Okay. But there's all this, non-disclosures. You're not supposed to take photos because people leak photos on sets, right? So there's big no, you can't do anything. But it's like everyone does it, right?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. I just
as long as you don't release them beforehand.
Right.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. 100%.
I would be throwing like beans at Anson Mount's hair. Just so he'd turn around and go, "Are you throwing beans at me? Mr. Mount, I'm such a fan. He talked to me first."
I don't know,
Like,
man.
I
Throwing
wouldn't-
No,
beans
that-
in that
that
hair,
wasn't
there's
me,
going
it
to be
was
some
David.
ricochet.
Like I wasn't even on set with him. He wasn't there at all, right? It was just us, me, Jeff Bush, and Bagna, and Clint Howard. I definitely wanted to nerd out with Clint Howard.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The great Clint
The
Howard.
great Clint Howard, who I want to say he's been in every iteration of Star Trek, if I'm not mistaken, because I know he was in.
Was
Deep
he in the
Space Nine.
animated series?
Ooh,
Oh,
deep cuts.
yeah,
Deep
oh.
cuts.
Deep
I can make
The
him.
answer is
I need
no,
to
he
make a
was-
video promo for that now. Jason's deep cuts.
Jesus, was he the animated series?
Yeah,
I don't
he's got
know.
all the deep cuts.
I would
It's
love
Aaron
to.
Sugar here.
I would love to share a bottle of Tranya with Mr. Howard.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, one thing I'd talk about Clint Howard was because I'm obsessed with this when I was a kid. The movie The Wraith. Do you remember the movie called The Wraith?
Oh, I
The
love
car
that movie.
movie with Clint.
VHS
Charlie
vault.
Sheen?
I don't know.
VHS
that
vault.
one.
Oh, you're missing out. We might have to get you on that one, Joe.
Yeah. Put me on. I'll
Yeah.
check it out for sure.
I can get on it.
The other thing I really love is you got to see how close Mbenga and Nurse Chapel were. First, they were kung fu buddies earlier on in the season, and then
And they're murder buddies.
and now they're murder buddies.
Co-conspirators of murder.
Yeah. So, and there was an underlying piece about drug use because the rare scene of an Andorian, because after Enterprise, we really don't see too many Andorians. So it was really cool to see the Andorian. Andorian was like, "Yo, man, I need some of that stuff to fight in this war. Let me get it. I want to be Matrix Mbenga." And we unfortunately didn't. We got to see a little bit of it, like briefly at the end, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, he
But,
died though, right? He died. The Andorian died.
Everybody in
Everybody.
in that platoon died.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Andorian
I-
died. Yeah, sorry, dude. I think
Actually,
I-
I want to
Yeah.
ask a question. Do you know? Did they tell you how you were injured? Did they say you were shot by a phaser or you were, struck by a bafflet? Did you know what you were injured
No.
with?
No, like I was hoping like this episode was going to be more like AR Siege of AR 558. I thought it might have been along that lines.
Yeah.
But, it did not. But actually, what the prosthetics they put on me was for the transporter scene when Mbeg is in the sonic shower, so you don't even see it.
Oh.
Let's throw that up again, just
They
to
probably stepped on a rake or something.
Yeah,
you don't
well,
even
I'll
see
bake
it.
up my own, right?
Oh,
I'll bake
man.
up
Yeah,
my
just
own.
walking along. Like, I can't believe you stepped on the rake. Shut
We're
up.
So
seeing right here,
you're
right?
pretty
It was a
confident.
batlet. That was a batlet. It was a rake. You stepped on a rake.
So you're pretty confident you survived. You got to sick bay and
Because I'm guessing so. Because you see me in the sonic shower. When he's in the sonic shower having the peak flashback scene, that's me in the front there. So I'm guessing I survived. But
Yeah.
a few of my
you
friends
rebounded
were,
well.
a few of my friends were on the deathbeds there with the other guys.
Mhm.
So I'm like, well, bring me back for more.
There you go.
Maybe you're still hanging out in a transporter buffer somewhere. Maybe in Bingo wake up in the
Shit.
middle of the night.
We
and
know what
go,
happens
oh,
there."
damn.
Imagine
David,
they
I'm so
keep bringing
sorry.
you back. Imagine they keep bringing you back for roles, but you're constantly being injured in every role. So you end up this background character in Star Trek over Star Trek lore, where you're constantly being attacked, injured in the sick bay. I would do that in an instant.
Oh my
Be the
God,
guy that's
they
always
killed
dying.
David.
Yes.
Exactly.
I'm into that.
I just wanted,
Let's.
I wanted to see I wanted to see a Klingon. I never got to see. I saw the Andorian, but I never got to see the Klingon. So like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Did you see any scenes of Mbenga and Chapel act at all? Did you get to be in vicinity of that?
Well, like all that on Jagal, like we were there. I was basically there with them majority of the time, so I got to see them when they're the special ops guys are walking through the tents and stuff like that. I was there, so it was nice to see that as well too. And then seeing Jess Bush doing her stuff on her side.
Good
when
Aussie
the
girl.
She's great. She was great with everybody.
Yeah, she's very cool. She was cool, like when she was just starting out in Australia. She's just one of those lovely young actors. Got her head put on right.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So now we're going to ask you from the view of the viewer rather than the actor on the show. What did you think of the episode? I'm curious. Just pretend you weren't in it.
I love it. Like it's not anything like Way of the Warrior, Siege of AR 558. It was totally different. It was more acting than action in this episode. I loved it. Like I thought the writing was brilliant. For them, obviously. The AR wall was really, really cool. Seeing that in motion as well too. And I
Yeah.
think the ending. I'm not part of season 3 or anything like that, so I have no foreknowledge of anything. But I would be. I think
Sounds
we
like
all
something
know.
that somebody who was in season 3 would say, but okay.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately. But this probably will eventually lead up to why Mbenga gets demoted. I'm guessing,
Yeah. That's I was gonna
just
say
like
that.
what we saw in
Very
the
good
first,
point.
just like
Yeah.
we saw in that previous episode where they started hinting the word Jagal. Then we got the word. I wouldn't be shocked. This is foreshadowing what's probably to come.
Yeah.
Well, the irony of the head doctor on the Enterprise being a drug using homicidal maniac at this
Right.
point.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Is that
Well, they
ketamine?
hinted,
Yeah.
they hinted towards the inquiry, right? So this maybe we'll see down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably a mixture of things. He's also did you have your daughter in the transporter buffer this whole time? Like that might come up too. Like, what the
Yeah, I
fuck
remember
is
that having major issues when I first saw that.
Yeah,
I'm going
I was
like,
like,
that's abuse.
that's
Yeah,
child
but
abuse.
speaking of transporter buffers, I had this thought while I was watching the episode, and so they take the soldier Alvarez, and they put him in the transporter buffer, and then later they have to beam people up, and they're like, "What do we do?" Well, we just have to, we have to purge the system, and we have to get rid of him. Why not simply just beam him out of the buffer? Uh-oh. Yeah,
That's
he's
all
back.
right.
I
He's
didn't like
coming
that.
back. He's
Why
back.
not beam him? Why not beam him out? Have him there for a couple of seconds, get the transporter back online, and put him back in.
Maybe there wasn't enough time.
Maybe, but they sure had a lot of time for that drama.
They
Just
did
buy a bigger memory card, you know?
have bigger memory.
Put him on a
There's only
memory stick. It's fine.
138 terabrillion
Another
bytes.
thing, have this memory stick in Mbinga's junk drawer, and just like, what the hell is on this? Alvarez.
Yeah. Oh no. Whoopsie.
It's a cool concept in a way that you
Hmm.
could store people in the. I think there's more interesting stories to come from that. Just
Relic
that
stick,
idea alone, yeah.
It would
Well,
be
let's
kinda
say
cool.
somewhere
be
there's a
kinda
whole civilization living in there. Sorry.
It
Yeah.
would be kind of cool if in season 3, because Scotty is on the show right now. It would be kind of cool if Mbinga and Scotty have a short conversation where Scotty says, "Hey, I heard that you can store people in the transporter buffer. Tell me more about that."
Mm.
And then
That would be
later,
cool.
because he does that little trick to save himself and end up in the next
Ooh.
generation era. So
Yes, that's true. That's very
That would be
true.
cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
Huh. All right. Well, let's hop into why would you do that?
Must assume there's nothing there.
Poor George. Oh, what are you not supposed to put your finger in my mouth,
William, enough. The safe word is "oh my."
All
Mr.
right.
K is watching at home going, "I would never. I
I
have standards."
I have class. One of the things that I am glad they did, and why would you do that, was showing the ground war that we never saw forever. Usually in Star Trek, it's usually the cluster of people off to the side. Maybe there's like some background fisticuffs, or maybe a main character is throwing down, but never in the scale of lasers just and just so much destruction all around. It was quite incredible to see.
And it was constant, right?
And it
Like
was constant. It
things
was
were
like
like that. Things getting blowing up every second in those things
every
would have
second.
been like, yeah.
Yeah, and it was dark, and it was so dark, like, and gritty that it reminded me of a war movie, like Saving Private Ryan. I think that's the name of the movie. Yes, Saving Private Ryan type of film. It was very, very well done to me as a film fan of artistic war stories. I have
Well, I personally like Saving Ryan's Privates better, but
yeah, that's a
each to their own, you know.
we don't have that clip anymore. As
Yeah,
for-
you made me delete it. Great.
yeah,
Yeah.
the guy next to you.
I will say that this episode does show how to use an AR wall.
It really
I've
does.
seen some episodes and some movies that use AR walls badly. and Star Trek's even guilty of it, but this episode used it just the right way. And
Yeah.
I think it really elevated everything that took place in the camp.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think it had a lot of real depth to it, didn't it?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like when they're talking to each other and she's playing with those boards and buffering everybody out of the buffer. It really seemed like they were on a foreign planet because it was so gritty and so pointy. It was definitely a looker. It was pointy.
Wait till you see it.
Like an
All the
entire
rocks were pointy. They were
it's an entire background of Vasquez rocks.
yeah, it was Vasquez Rock.
Yeah, Vasquez rocks.
That I thought was
in person.
in person it's
It's
even
cool.
more. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
cool.
I've been
I was
there
there,
too.
right?
Awesome.
I think he's talking about the AR wall.
Oh, I thought you said Vasquez rocks.
No, I don't think he's been
No.
Well, AR walls are cool, but have you seen Vasquez rocks? It's quite beautiful.
It's
So
impressive,
that's
yeah.
was that it's green screen? Or was that are you talking about like Mandalorian AR walls here? Just
Yep. It's all live, yep. What
Oh,
you
it's
see
all
on the
live.
screen.
so
What you see
they're
on the
using
screen,
the Unreal Engine PC thing where it moves around. And
Yep.
Yep.
It's crazy. Yeah, that must have
Yeah.
been. As an actor, does that help a lot to have that on the scene rather than a green screen or not much there? Like, help you get in the moment?
It definitely helps you to get the moment. It was just cool. Like, it's massive.
Mm.
And it puts off a lot of heat. Like, we're filming this during COVID, so you still had masks and all that on set as well too, right? So you got the heat of that thing. Then obviously the costumes and it was really hot in there, but it's so cool. It really is.
Yeah.
Wow. And another really cool scene was the ship that was bringing Nurse Chapel in as it was coming in. It was trying to suppress fire, avoid fire. I thought that was excellent. And the way they shot that was really cool. And it was a ship I wasn't familiar with. I'm used to those roundabouts being like the Galileo and the
I liked it.
the runabouts that they had. What happened? What happened?
I was just laughing because you called him a roundabout.
Yeah, runabout.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Runabout. The
That's how,
roundabout's one of my favorite.
that's how they were getting down to the planet as they were going to
They
the
just
circle.
go,
Look,
"In
kids,
and
Big Ben
around the
Parliament.
lake."
I like that design of the shuttle, though. I really did. It's just
Yeah,
a
that
little
shuttle
dark
was
change, but it was nice.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna go say hi to Mima, and she says, "Trekking in the hood from the nursing home."
She's amazing.
And then
Hi,
send
Space
Patrick
Mom.
Stewart. I think she's gonna send Patrick Stewart a copy of this podcast
Oh,
because they're friends.
please
I don't know
do.
if I
No.
told you guy. Aussie Jason, I cringed when you said saving Ryan's just because our pastor watches this. Oh, look
Cosmic
at
Space
this.
Mum, you know
It's,
how gutter I am.
It's
Why-
okay. He's talking about a movie where they're trying to save Ryan's privates, as in the
Yeah.
privates that command him. So he's trying to save his commanding officers. His
It's a
privates.
medical drama.
Get your mind out of the gutter, please.
Thank you, Jason. Thank
There
you.
you go. The save. Our good friends, Open Pike Night. Hello, incoming transport. Good to see you
Yeah.
Incoming
guys.
transport.
Yes. And then our good friend, My Figure Universe. Greetings, gents. Greetings to you. Good to see you.
G'day.
We made friends today over at the Instagram, which you can follow us on, Captain's Quadrant. Take a look. We're
Yeah,
over
it's
there.
nice.
And then my mom. Nice try.
I thought
She's-
it was a splendid try.
Yeah. Loving the JJ Lendy print in the back, David. Yes, that's a great point. I
Oh,
am.
yes. Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. Here's a very close-up look of it, piece of it anyway, because it was hard to frame, but very cool. I definitely
Quite
dug that.
evocative, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because you got Nurse Chapel's reflection on the blade,
Yeah.
and then you kind of got his eyes seeing through that. But it's also like a reflection of her being in that moment when Homeboy
Yeah.
stabs himself to
Or
blame him.
deciding, I'm cool with this.
I'm cool with it.
Cool with this.
You may have murdered somebody. But
Murder is fine.
Yeah.
murder
You're
is
treating this like the OJ case, Joe.
if the glove does not fit, just quit. Oh, our good friend, the Philip Bryan. Good to see you. I hope your internet is back up and ready. I know you just had a great move. Please let us know. You can hang out with us again. And hopefully, the Open Pike Night guys will come back and hang out. Hot take 8 is my favorite episode of season 2.
Wow.
I think you're going to have Jason is gritting his teeth. I agree with you
Yeah,
guys. It's very good.
Yeah, not my.
Sorry,
Yeah.
no. With a season with those old scientists, your point is invalid.
No.
Yeah.
I did think it was weird they sandwiched this episode between those old scientists and Subspace Rhapsody. It's like cartoon crossover, war movie, murder, musical.
Yeah,
But
it's like,
that's how well this show, the series season did, right? Because it can go
Yeah.
from something completely light to completely the opposite. That's why Strange New Worlds just did so well.
It
Yeah.
is definitely Strange New
They
World. I will say that.
They swung at the fences every episode, and for me personally, they didn't always hit the ball, but man, they gave it everything they
did.
got in the way of trying to be diverse and different kind of storylines, different genres. Cool.
Yeah, you cannot fault them for trying this year.
No.
No, like that's gonna be hard to top season 2 compared to he had Subspace Rhapsody, the Hegemony, all the tomorrow. There are so many good episodes.
And has there ever been a perfect season of Star Trek in the 60 years of existence? I'd say probably no. You're always going to have some episodes that just don't work for you.
Yeah.
Maybe this is
very close.
Yeah.
Open
Open Pike Nights.
Season 3 Picard. That's actually not a bad
now
point,
he's
David.
now Open Pike Night's about to make me angry. What did he
These
say?
old scientists is
Oh,
great.
yeah, I don't agree
It's
with
candy.
that either.
Yeah, okay, interesting. Subspace Rhapsody is glorious, but Under the Cloak of War is peak Trek. Look at that.
Don't you love Star Trek Community?
We do. Thank you all for coming in and saying with it. It's like a roller coaster of programming. Very true, because you got like the very beginning, it goes up and then it kind of goes up and down. And it's pretty cool.
Hey, kids want to have fun? Too bad you're going to have
you're going to war. I have to argue that season 3...
now we're going to have a musical. Yay! Guess what, kids? The Gorn have captured everyone you love.
Everybody's dead. I'd have to argue that season 3 of Picard was as close as we've ever gotten to perfection. Yes.
Yeah, David is just saying that. I agree.
Yeah.
A little bit of filler in there that I didn't care for, but overall, yes.
It was very good. I really
okay.
I
Agree.
Yeah,
yes.
I took issue with the camera choices near the end of the episode. Hashtag
very Dynasty Dallas-like in a way.
Soap opera-ish. I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah. And then
Open
Pike
let
says,
me
season 3
go.
of Picard
How
is
dare
pretty good.
you? No, let go of me. Put the knife down. No, you're stabbing me. I'm burning. I'm still alive, but I'm burning.
It's very Monty Python. I feel happy.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they spent the entire budget on the AR wall. They're like, hey, we can't.
Maybe we can't afford to film as much.
Okay.
So we'll just
listen. I used to direct episodes of Dynasty. Go behind that frosted wall. And Bingo probably rolling his eyes, going, "I know where this is going."
Yeah. But it's way too mirrored in fan service. It's all right. Sometimes you gotta give the fans what they want.
No.
I have an issue with the premise. What is fan service? Is it? Do you mean obvious references to things in the past? Maybe, but no, it's not. That's what I mean. I reject the premise.
As a fan, I like being serviced.
Anyone seen 10 Things They Hate About You? The band from that movie wrote the music for Subspace Rhapsody.
Really?
Written better songs.
Everybody's seen that movie, right?
Yeah. Season 3 of Picard had like four different sets. Yeah, that's true. It was very mostly on the Enterprise.
But no one maybe so, but the way it was handled, even if there was 4 sets, it made it grand.
Yeah.
I mean, I hadn't seen starships coming out of docks treated so well in 40 years before Picard season 3.
Like when the Enterprise F came out.
Oh, it was like
I love me. If there's one criticism I've always had about Discovery, that it does not give us enough starship.
Yeah.
I love me starship porn, and I think that Strange New Worlds does a okay job with it, but my gosh, you cannot beat just the long, huge, beautiful ship shots they had in Picard.
Season 3 of Picard was too worried about making the fans happy, and it complained openly about season 2. It did the Borg again. I remember when we were going through that. This is a year anniversary of this. Yeah. And every week it was, hit the butt bugs. Hit the butt bugs. I just remember
the butt bugs would have been better, but I don't have a problem with them. In retrospect, it had to be the Borg.
Yeah.
It had to be.
It's the only true nemesis of Picard.
Yeah, I don't think that was even fan service. I think that it was the only logical choice was to be the Borg. because that is Picard's greatest nemesis.
Yes, indeed.
Should the Dominion have come into it though?
Babs killed it.
The Dominion going with the Borg was weird. I will admit
that was weird. Yeah,
but if the Borg are in a diminished state, they would probably take a page out of Janeway's handbook and go and try to find allies. See, now that would have been a cool line to drop in. There goes, yes, we took a page out of Janeway's handbook and we got allies.
yeah.
Somebody's got to do the
conspiracy bugs. Yeah.
No,
somebody call Tawny Newson.
Yes,
tell her we need
bugs.
butt bugs on Lower Decks or Starfleet Academy. Or
Yeah.
I'll write the episode. I won't even charge you for it.
I get the whole Borg thing, but Janeway already beat them. Well, that's the whole Janeway.
They were diminished and dying.
Yeah. Picard's greatest nemesis was his personal relationships,
and they dealt with it.
Yeah,
they dealt with it.
Yeah, they dealt with all of it except for Laws or Laris, whatever her name is.
Yes. Now that was
yeah.
Laris is sitting there on the planet somewhere with a suitcase next to her, holding a drink, going, "I'm giving him 5 more minutes."
He's coming back, right?
He's coming back.
Call like, "I'm sorry, you and Beverly have a what?"
Yeah, that's gonna be an odd one.
Amanda Plummer was great too.
Oh, she was.
She was amazing. And
Yes.
stepping into her father's
so
seat.
good.
I like the seat. Like, I just love that they put that line in there. I like the seat because, like, her dad had the coolest Klingon shit.
Her choices in scenes though are like no other actor. Like she'll make a choice to say a line this way, and it's just so uniquely her. It's she was incredible.
I like that she wasn't trying to be Khan, because it seems like every time they have a big villain, they try to make them Khan. She made that character her own, and
she wasn't trying to be her dad. She wasn't trying to be her dad either.
No, she wasn't. That one scene whenever the Titan fires on the Shrike and goes into the cloud, and she's just giddy. She's like, follow them, and she's just having the greatest time. And I'm just like, I want her to win. I'm sorry, I kind of want her to win.
Picard's other nemesis, Tom Hardy.
Yes.
And I appreciate you guys not kicking me out of the chat.
Wait.
You are friends of the Captain Quadrant.
You
so
can always have an opinion whether you're right or not. Well, that's up to
us.
They won't let me.
We're not that other fan base.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do we think Seven's warp
phases? Ship now will go, or something like that.
Let's hitch the tits and peel the paint.
Oh, I don't believe it's that at all.
Oh yeah.
Give her Star Trek Legacy. Make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Comply.
Oh yeah, comply.
Warp
I
7,
mean, if you want to
comply.
get into that, I think that's Paramount's biggest weakness. They're not listening to their fan base. Like, if you look at the Star Wars universe, it's taken them a while, but I think they're eventually, giving the fans what they want. And they have for a few years. Star Trek needs to not worry about Starfleet Academy and do the show that all of us want.
Right.
You know, there are people that probably just very average fans go, I'd watch that show.
I'd watch the heck out of that show.
Yeah.
I'd watch Jerry Ryan read a phone book. That's how much I love her character.
Same. Well, when I went to STLV with Open Pike guys, that's basically what we got because they couldn't really talk about Star Trek. So it's like, what's everybody doing? It was very. So I went fishing this year. They like Proceed, and Paramount is out of money.
Well, we could save it by not doing Star Trek. Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, this is one of the things that has me excited about Starfleet Academy. Tawny Newsom is writing it, so I know it's not going to be like a CW teen drama. It's going to be fun.
That's actually, I did not know that. That makes it very interesting because that implies to me that she's writing comedic material because that's what she is. So if she's writing comedic material, are they making it a comedy or is it just, hey, we need a bit of levity in our CW teen drama?
There are also rumors that Paramount Plus is going to merge with Peacock, which we've all heard the joke about what they're probably going to name it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Paracock, right?
It could be that they're not announcing anything because they're not sure what the plan will be yet.
Oh,
interesting.
That's a good one.
Let's face it. We need a Star Trek Ted crossover.
Holy crap! You're on the Enterprise. Assuming we never get a legacy series, would you be content with the legacy films?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would be fine with long treks like they're doing with Section 31. I would love for them to
Yeah.
do 2 or 3, legacy movies.
Yeah. Paramount did listen to NCIS fans based recently after a decade of telling Denzo and Zavia sidebar.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
One over my head, sorry, mate. I've
Yeah,
never
sorry,
watched
I
it.
I
didn't
haven't
watch
watched
that.
NCIS in years, sorry.
I haven't watched
Yeah.
Mark Harmon since he was in summer school.
Great.
Mm,
It is a great
okay.
movie.
Isn't NCIS a spinoff of JAG? That show can't lose.
Now, Jag was so cheesy that it rocked because it was so cheesy.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into redeeming features, or I don't know.
It looks like gold. Tastes like gold.
It is gold.
All right. So I guess I would have to, since we're on the opposite ends here, I'd have to find something wrong with it because for you, you're finding something right with it. So I'm going to let you go first, and then I'm going to pick apart what you said and then come back with it. Go ahead, Jason, Roy, Gaston.
Oh, well, there's plenty of things about this episode that I think work. The acting is spectacular. I think the casting was wonderful. I enjoyed more of the first half, thinking it was going to end up being a great episode, than I did not enjoy the second half whenever it all fell apart. So there's plenty about Under the Cloak of War that I think works as a good Star Trek episode. My main issue is that I think that it suddenly and inexplicably jumped off a cliff where there were sharp rocks at the bottom.
Mm.
That's why I just dislike it, because it was that close to being a classic, and I think they just made a horrible decision and ruined it.
Mm. I think it was a great episode. So for me, what didn't work, what I thought that could have been improved upon, was more of the scene, because it was very ambiguous and done for a reason. But the scene where the Klingons are battling each other, but it was actually Steroid Mbenga or Captain America Mbenga, when he's on the juice. I thought that part might have been a little bit more clear and not just a last minute thing. It wasn't him. And where was Robert Wisdom's Klingon character at this whole time? Because if he's not there killing everybody and he's reformed, and then he like froze and witnessed Mbenga just kill everybody, and he was like, you know what? I'm a pacifist. I'm good. Was that what happened? Is that part was a little bit.
But I know the Federation did get a really cool monorail system going.
Oh, good. Yes. All right, VHS Jace.
Redeeming features like that guy, right? That's going to be the first redeeming feature.
Put you on the map,
There's
buddy.
David in there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Look, kind of repeating Jason. Yeah, it's some really good redeeming features. I think all the interplay between Mbenga and Nurse Chapel in the flashback sequences was really good, was excellent. Had a different feeling at the end when they're on the ship, obviously, in that final scene. It looked spectacular. It was first time I think that we got a full-on war environment, and for them to keep that going was really great. It looked great. Acted professionally. It tried to raise some really important questions around the Klingon relationship with the Federation at that time, but failed at it. So I appreciate them trying to do something cool with that. It just didn't work. Oh, and I was going to say initially, I really liked when I was watching it, the makeup for the Klingon, and but then they must have lit it the wrong way at some point, because at one point I'm looking at it going, it's just a foam turtle head. Is he related from the guy from Enemy Mine? Like, or the sidekick from Last Starfighter? I mean, like that turtle head. But besides that, it is nowhere near the worst episode that Star Trek Strange New World has produced. It's not that level bad.
No.
It sits in the 5-6, midway through category for me. But a lot to like.
I think this is
I mean, I watched Halo last night, an episode of Halo, and I can tell you, like, when you watch a show like that and then you come back and you watch The Strange New Worlds, you can tell the quality, like that and the love that goes into stuff, Strange New Worlds.
yeah, the writing love for sure.
Oh,
The
I mean, you watch
character.
Halo, it's crap.
Yeah, I mean, I like the shoot 'em ups. That part's cool. All right, David, from an outside perspective, what would you have done differently? What since you and I are on the one
Give him
end,
more
probably-
scenes, which probably should
Yeah,
have
is that what you want? More scenes? Yeah, well, more of the space, dog. It would be so much better if I was in it more. I should have got speaking role and all these things.
I would have like really. I wanted to fight it. I was hoping to fight a Klingon. Like, of course, you're acting DB in Star Trek. Like, what better episode could you ask for? Like, of course, I was hoping this was going to be more like the siege of AR-558 when they're shooting down all the Jem'Hadar. But I enjoyed it. Like, obviously, it's probably going to set up how Mbega loses his chief medical officer role down the line. And Banga did Babs did a fantastic job showing with his PTSD. Just like you can tell the care they took into that episode. You can see it on the screen because Jess was fantastic. Babs, General Raw, like I can't. But like it's my debut in Star Trek. Who am I to complain, right?
Yeah, and yeah, I think a lot more. Jenna Bush. I mean, she's just amazing.
She's great.
She's so fun.
It's the eyes with her.
Yeah,
she like bears her soul for her eyes.
Right.
It's crazy to watch her like perform. It's really good.
Yeah,
and we got Clint Howard.
Of course,
Yes.
Clint Howard. Yes,
Always a plus. Always a plus.
Yeah,
It's so great to have seen him in this episode. I mean, who didn't put a smile on their face the moment he shows
oh
up
yeah.
in that episode?
When they beamed on and it was
Oh my
God, Clint Howard. Yeah, yeah. The minute he came
This
on.
is such a grim and gritty Star Trek episode of war and blood, and it's Clint Howard. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine my face when I'm walking outside and I was like, is that Clint Howard?
Oh, I'm sure.
Did you get to meet him, like speak to him at all?
I couldn't speak to him, unfortunately. Like, there's still some things etiquette on sets and stuff like that. But I accidentally bumped into him, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "I'm sorry, Mr. Howard. Get out of your ways." But it was cool. I nerded out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, and he's what? He'd be in his 70s now. It's got to be, right?
I think
He's
so.
been working for 60 odd years. Like,
Yeah.
it's an insane career to be still working.
Yeah.
Doing what he loves. Awesome.
True. All right. Well, that brings us to the stupid Star Trek.
It?
Yeah.
It's time for stupid Star Trek questions.
All right. This is my favorite section of the show, aside from having David on again. And that is the question that we get from the socials. And it can be very silly, and we love them all. The Zacharies asks, I wonder if there's a problem with drunk replicator users getting too creative. Do you think there's a problem with drunk replicators?
There is a meme. There is a meme of Wesley Crusher going up to a replicator and saying, computer, I would like a taco, please. How many tacos would you like? 1 million. And then it shows like engineering bursting into flames and Geordi going,
Who ordered all these tacos?
I bet there was a problem early on. Like, absolutely. When replicators were new, there were people that were, going nuts with it. But I bet you there's rules on that now. Like, you're not going to be able to put in things like 1962 copy of January Playboy and expect it to be replicated. And the same with alcohol.
No, they have it on readers. They have it on pads.
Yeah.
Because half the ship would be stoners then, would they? It's like,
How do we know they're not?
Don't.
Maybe they can just maintain.
Yeah.
Number
Trying
one,
to replicate edibles and stuff. Yeah.
make it so. And he starts laughing. What are you laughing about? Because I said so. Like, so.
We're definitely sending this episode to bed.
Kind of makes sense that Picard wouldn't mind occasionally getting high, I reckon.
Yeah.
He's always calm, and He's
Yeah,
medicated
that's
somehow.
true. I always thought it was real
Earl
Grey
Grey,
tea.
hot, infused with cannabis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like the CBD tea. Do you think they messed around with the replicators, David?
Oh, definitely hit. I bet they did.
Yeah, I've
You
been
know,
getting
I would've.
What do they mean by too creative, though? I mean, is it like,
That's
you
a
go in there,
challenge.
I would like chocolate cake with ice cream and whipped cream and sardines and cherries and pineapple. And,
I want
ooh,
pineapple pizza.
Dead sea salt and I don't know, all of that on top of a T-bone steak.
I'd grab all my favorite food.
There's somebody at home going, that sounds dang good.
I would order a week's food and then get them to make it small versions of it. That's what I would do with the replicator.
Do
So
the
I could have-
entrapment thing. You'd be doing the entrapment. Look at the tiny food. Isn't it wonderful?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
We got people sitting at home. What's an entrapment?
Yeah.
We have to watch another podcast for that. Yes, you do.
The atmosphere of the episode was pitch perfect, undiscovered country prequel.
Good atmosphere.
Hard to agree. The writer of this episode said as much. Oh, look at that. These guys probably spoke to the writer of that. And then we've got Gaynor Jones. Cool.
Mom, that's my mom.
Oh, yay, our moms are
Hey.
here. Woo! My mom's probably sleeping, but she was here. More David Jones. Yeah, that would always
There
be.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Pike.
Yeah. At least you didn't lose a leg. Yeah, there you go.
We
David.
know
You got
of.
both-
Yeah, you didn't.
You got
We know
both
of.
you got all your limbs and all your digits, so that's always good.
It couldn't have been too bad because if you're in the sonic shower, that's a pretty quick turnaround. You healed really
Yeah.
quick, I reckon.
Yeah, but you
They
just
had
say
to
you
put
were
the thing
concussed.
over you a couple of times and you were good.
Yeah, but you say you're concussed, so you don't go back out in the war. That's a smart guy. Her Aussie accent never pokes through either. Ooh,
Her
No,
Aussie
it doesn't.
accent. No,
Nice.
because she is, yeah. I thought he was
Well
saying about
trained.
me. Yeah, I know my accent's weird,
Yeah.
but
oh, we've got an
no,
answer.
she's
Google says
amazing.
Clint is 64.
he's only
Oh.
64 years young. Amazing.
Yeah,
'Cause he
Yeah.
was a kid whenever he was on the original series.
yeah, he was a
Yeah.
kid in the original. Then he was on.
So what was he
TNT.
about 6 or 7 on the OG series, right? So
Yeah.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
his brother would have been on what show would have he been on? You know, Opie.
Yeah. Happy
Yeah.
Days. He was on. Yeah.
No, that's Richard Cunningham, you know, the other one.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it was Matt
Um,
Longina.
Does the TOS replicator era have replicators or not?
I don't think so.
I think they
Hmm.
did. Because
Yeah,
remember
No.
and the food would come out. I don't think there's a little tiny chef in there making things.
They have a little
Yeah.
Neelix.
And they did have a
That'd have
protein
to be.
resequencer on Enterprise because remember it was a poop question. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
their food is made out of poop,
Yeah.
That's right.
They're reading. Yeah.
Mm.
even in the 32nd century.
Their meals are shitty for a whole different reason.
Oh yeah, Troy.
Oh yeah, Troy.
Troy, yeah,
If
she's-
anyone was
Yeah.
high, it was Troy. She's always at the bunch of. I want chocolate.
And like a real stoner, she's not that good at her job.
No.
She's
She'd
not.
be like, you know,
Captain, I sense that the ship that just fired at us is feeling great hostility. Oh, thank you so much for that, Council. Go eat your
Has
chocolate.
anybody got any twisties? Yeah.
yeah. She's always like Matt Hanna for some type of snack.
Yeah, Ninja Turtle pizza. There we
Oh,
go.
and the turtle pizza, Jason. Yeah,
That's probably something Mikey would come up with.
yeah, for sure.
That's why
TOS
Shredder wants to
era
do
had
that.
replicators, but they were more like multipliers that replicated what the galley made. The galley made. Excuse me.
Oh wow, there we go.
Oh, there you go. I knew
So-
somebody would have the answer. Then.
3D printer, so I guess we should be.
Yeah. Except we
just
had like
copying it.
edibles in it or something.
I'd want the first one though. I would want the OG meal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
like
makes good sense.
facsimile.
But it also means Kirk
You know what
loves
I mean?
food cubes.
I would eat a food cube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
tastes
try it.
right.
yeah. I mean, you get all that stuff in one little
You
cube.
like
you
that
get a whole-
Willy Wonka gum, you know? Turkey dinner. Here comes the gravy. Now I'm a blueberry.
Yeah,
You know, wombats in Australia crap cubes, so
I
that doesn't
did
sound
know
good.
that, and they only recently found out why.
Oh, why? That
Because
was-
that's their body is like squeezing all the moisture out, like literally squeezing it into cubes to get the moisture out of the.
Because I
food.
live in one of the most
Extra.
arid areas on the planet. Arid
Oh,
areas.
arid.
Yeah.
That is your science fact of the day. You're welcome, kid.
Yeah, now we can get scientists on the show. Clint was on DS9 as well, past
Past
tense.
tense,
Yes.
Yes.
That was
Was,
the Gabriel Bell. What California's
Yes.
going through right now.
Was he?
Yeah.
I've got a list of his credits here. Hold on.
Yeah.
So Clint Howard
Man,
has
that's a
been
long
in the
list.
Night Maneuver from the original series, Past Tense Part 2 from Deep Space Nine, Acquisition from Star Trek Enterprise, Will You Take My Hint from Discovery.
Wow. And
Wow. So he's
wow.
been
So
in the family and been looked after by the family
Yeah.
for decades.
Clint Howard is he is Star Trek royalty.
He is. He is.
Mm.
Troy's pupils were like that because she was high, not because she was Betazoid.
Yeah.
Well,
They
with
go
a mother
good
like
stuff
that, I
over
would
there.
be. Too.
Yes. You would. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, great! Mother's trying to dry hump the captain again.
Yeah.
Cannabis brownie, please.
Because the mum's on Adderall.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, okay. So, and a holodeck, which actually works because the animated series also had a holodeck.
It did the recreation deck.
Yes,
Mm.
that was Nick Meyer's replicator theory about TOS era. Oh, nice. There we go.
Well, if Nick says it, then yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to argue with him, are we?
Yeah. Have we heard anything more about the Nick Meyer's Khan audio drama yet?
Didn't even know about it.
I've not heard a thing, but I will listen. to it.
Didn't even know about it.
Yes, yes. All right. So I think this is where I give the reins to our co-host VHS Jace because he's bringing back a classic favorite. This week there's going to be there's not going to be any prizes this week, but going forward there will be prizes from our merch store, and you'll notice that our prices are going to drop. I don't wonder why. So please be sure to stick around and tell your friends that you can win prizes in the Captain's Quadrant. Thanks to our buddy VHS Jace. Go for it.
All right. So, yes, if you haven't guessed it by now, if you've watched before, we're about to play.
It's time for Name That Trekisode. The hell is that?
All right. Welcome to Name That Trekisode. David, what this little game show we do occasionally here is I have an image up on the screen, and over a 30-second period, it's going to become clearer and clearer and clearer. And once you know what that episode is, or if you know, you give me a good old Aussie oi, and then you've got to tell me what was that Trekisode, as we call it. All right. So normally we attached live viewers to it and we give away prizes, but it's been a while, so I thought we would challenge our experts on the show tonight with this. So is everybody ready?
Yes, and be back next week.
I am ready.
To win a prize.
Here we go. Now, I will say, not to put any pressure on you guys, if none of you get this, then we should shut the show down. So here we go.
So those of you that aren't familiar, Jason always gets these. Probably David will too. I'm horrible at this, so if you're ever paired with me, I'm sorry.
Joe,
But I
you
did
should
it
be
once.
good.
Yeah.
It helps
we
when
go.
All right,
my
let's
eyesight
do
is
it.
failing, and this is what all TV looks like to me now. Anyway.
It's time to name that Trekisode. Here we go. Okay, so it's slowly coming into focus. You like the 60 minutes?
Yeah, I
background?
see the class. This is upgraded.
Come on.
Huh.
Okay, so I'm seeing there's people there.
Okay, so that is.
Oh,
Oh, this is Star Trek
First
First
Contact.
Contact.
Oh, is that, I thought
yeah.
I heard David's voice first.
Yeah,
What did you say?
David.
Yeah, first contact.
Absolutely. It's first contact. And
Yeah,
we'll
that
just
works.
skip it forward. There it is.
Yay!
First contact. Well done, David. You got the
Shenanigans,
voice.
shenanigans. You said episode. You said episode.
That is an episode. Whether it's a film, it's still part of a franchise. It can be considered an episode.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes, I stand by that.
No,
I
no,
looked that up
no,
before
no,
I put it
no,
there this morning.
No,
No, it is what it is. You lost, sore loser. David won. David won. Well done, David. Yes. I had to make. Come on, Jace. I had to make it easy because of Joe.
Yeah,
I
come
know,
on, man.
I know.
The only other alternative I had was the word Star Trek on the screen.
With the episode title. That way I would definitely get it.
Good.
Yeah. I see.
Well, that was it, guys.
And I'll
And
have
we'll
to-
be bringing it back occasionally, but yes, name that Trekisode. Another reason why you should be watching live, right, Joe?
That's right. And why I
Win
should be
stuff.
bringing my glasses.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it looked like the first scene for you.
Don't
Still in
blame
those
the
big
glasses.
blocks of blur.
So basically, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
I
It's
think
done.
it's no outro. Oh, okay.
Oh, there isn't. Oh, no, I'm not playing the after one. We're done.
All right, cool.
Move it on.
So I guess that leaves us no choice but to spin the wheel of agony. Dun-dun-dun. All right. This is the section that dictates what will happen next week on the Captain's Quadrant. What shall we suffer or go through joy in watching? It'll all flip depending on the end of this. And I believe I pulled this one off, so we don't have to worry about that being popular.
Pull what off?
This
Oh,
last
this. Yep, got you now.
Hold it off. What?
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's the Batgirl episode.
Yes.
Oh, Batgirl's in that? Oh,
Yvonne Craig. Isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, Yvonne Craig is in it. She plays an Orion.
no. Oh, she's all right. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna love that one.
I
All right.
actually recently watched this one. And
Did you really?
I see it there, yeah.
It wasn't bad.
No.
Bad.
Well, see, this is the thing, David. Joe had one day decided he just puts a list of all the shows he hated.
No, it's not what I hated.
Well, we realised is, hang on a minute, some of us I really like this, which makes it even better.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah.
it
And then I
even
put
better.
because we never did the last season of the other half of the last season of Strange New World, so I have all those episodes on there too. So
Oh, the one you did with me and Michael Chan, that was awful. That episode.
yeah, that was
What episode was that?
Oh my god, that was the Moo one.
Oh,
That was the-
I
yeah,
remember watching
the,
that for you.
Children Shall Lead, yeah.
Yeah, and the children shall lead. Yeah, with the kids going punch you in your head, Kirk. You know, it was bizarre.
You have all
Which-
done well, my children.
Yeah.
My moo-moo.
It is
Yeah,
hard to
Michael.
watch the old episodes subjectively now, isn't it? Because they look so old, and the acting is of a time. So
Yeah.
you've got to kind of strip that away and just, everybody's overacting. I mean, you're in a scene with Shatner, you have to turn it up to 12, right? Because
Yes.
turn it up to 15.
Yeah.
I was watching an interview with Walter Koenig that was done back whenever the Sci-Fi Channel was airing the Star Trek episodes, and he actually cited "And the Children Will Lead" as his official recognition that the show was over. He was like, nobody cared.
Oh, wow.
He said they were doing this for just publicity. Like, what desperate thing can we do this week to bring in viewers? He was like, at that point, I knew it was over.
Mm.
So this is a season 3 episode then?
I don't know if it's season 3 or not. Let me see.
No.
Hmm.
Research.
He made, what was it? Episode 4. He's like, nah, this show's done.
Now, why don't you go back to your quarters? I'll be along shortly to say hello.
All right. This is the aftermath.
It is
we're
a
talking about.
season 3 episode.
Oh, ouch. So yeah, it was episode. Let's go back. Congratulations to David for winning this first returning Name That Trekisode. Way to go, son, aka Nerd.
You know what? Before somebody in the comments calls us out, this is not the Yvonne Craig episode.
Oh.
It's not.
So it's not a good
So
episode.
that is
I
my
have a good
fault.
list, guys. I
man.
paid attention. Okay, I do my job.
Oh,
Good.
man. I was looking forward to Yvonne Craig.
I don't even know which
God, I
one
was
this
looking forward
is.
to Yvonne Craig too. I got.
I'm just going to go watch Batman.
A race
Yeah.
of aliens from an overpopulated planet abduct Captain Kirk to solve their problems. Okay, if your planet's overpopulated, don't abduct Kirk.
Yeah,
He's
There's
not
too many
going
of
to
us.
help.
We'll bring Kirk and he'll help with that. There's a lot of ladies
Yes.
here. How's it
Send him
going?
back. Send him back. Our population is increased by 52%.
Yes.
Send down that Riker guy. He seems like he's got a level head on.
Oh man, there's I'm not sure who it is, but somebody on Instagram is doing how many numbers would this Star Trek character get, and they did a whole column of a tournament, and I think it was down to Kirk and Riker. So that's a very curious thing. It's very fun to look at.
It would be the
Kirk
character
is a
you
bit
would
more
not
reckless than
expect.
Riker was.
Yeah, I think so.
It would be the character you would not expect. It would be somebody like Rom.
You know what?
Rom,
Hey, man, did you see his wife?
Yeah,
Kirk
that's
and-
true.
Kirk and Riker would have respectable astronomical numbers, and then it would be that one scene from the Discovery episode where they go back in time when the Klingon cleave ship comes through and decimates the Section 30. That would be Rom's numbers. coming
Yeah,
through.
yeah,
Kirk
yeah.
and Kirk and Riker just look up with stars in their eye. Goes,
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Rom
He
would be
saw
at
that
the helm
episode
just
w-
going, ha, ha, ha.
So my figure universe saw
Time
that
for Rom
episode
to
last
ram.
night on Pluto. So be sure to join us next week because you have an opportunity to win some swag. Why did you have these old scientists on there? How dare
It's an
you?
ecstasy. It's an ecstasy episode.
It's an ecstasy,
We have
yeah.
good
So
ones
we
on there,
have
too.
the Captain's Quadrant has 2 sub-shows, the Ecstasy and Agony Booth. Ecstasy when it's amazing, Agony when we're undecided, or if it's a bad episode completely. And we didn't get to actually review the last set of episodes of Strange New Worlds. So we didn't do the finale. We didn't do the episode before this episode. So this is an opportunity to come back and do those. So yes. And
Joe,
be sure
I'm going to ask you live. Well, I'm not going to ask you. I've been doing it in the background anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm going to introduce a new wheel next week, if that's all right.
Oh, yes, please.
To
do
help
so.
the audience
Is that-
separate and we understand, you know. So I've got a good
Yeah,
idea,
'cause
and I think we'll.
Yeah, I'm partially colorblind, so
Mhm.
that has
Oh,
multiple
yes.
colors. But apparently, somebody told me, why is it all red? And I'm like, oh.
No, the other thing is you can't. You've got limited ways to actually work with that software. So
Correct.
You can't scale text and stuff. So yeah,
No.
yeah.
Amazing. I can't wait.
I got you, mate. I'm back.
He's
I
saying
got
that
you.
you suck
I
at it and he
cannot
wants
wait.
to take it over, is what it is. This
Yeah,
be- this be-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're an Aussie. You
Yeah,
can,
you
it's
kind
all
of-
right.
I was going to
Yeah.
do a Ukraine joke, but I think I'll let that one go.
Oh, no.
No, don't do that.
Season 3 of U.S. has a lot of those kind of episodes. Yes. Oh, this is the reverse control booth episode.
The reverse
birth
birth
control.
control.
Birth control episode.
What?
I don't know. I'm tired.
You
Reverse
better be wearing your
control.
glasses next week.
I will
Joe.
be wearing my glasses next week. I
Lord.
swear to God. I believe the real life answer during TNG that it was Michael Dorn. Dude had a reputation. I'm a
I
Klingon.
could see that.
You know what we have 2 of? Oh my! You know.
Every time I think of Michael Dorn recently, because I watched Ted 2 recently again, just him playing the boyfriend of Patrick Warburton, being the biggest D-bag,
Oh,
is Michael Dorn. And I'm going, why wasn't this guy in more comedy? Because he was
He's
hilarious
hilarious.
in that.
He's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I gotta watch that.
Of course, if you've
And
never
of course,
seen-
I can see why the ladies dig him.
If you've never seen Ted 2, he also shows up at a Star Trek convention dressed as Worf.
Really?
And Patrick Warburton is dressed as the Tick.
Oh my God, I have to
that's
watch that
amazing.
now.
That's
I-
good.
God.
And sadly, that's the movie's peak. It never gets that good.
No.
I don't even consider Ted 2 a Ted movie. Ted 2 is the TV show. Ted
Gotcha.
2.
And TV show, which is excellent.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Oh, gotcha. Good justification. I didn't know about the ecstasy booth. Yes, we have plenty of surprises for you in the
We
Captain's
can
Quadrant.
show with the ecstasy. We have a.
Yeah, we can flip
Ta-da! The ecstasy
The
booth.
ecstasy booth.
The
Yeah.
ecstasy booth is also what Kirk and Riker call their quarters.
Oh
Ooh.
boy. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, good timing. Mr. Jones's mom's back. You guys are hilarious. The hooch.
Thank you.
Yes.
Please
thank
don't
you.
forget to subscribe.
Yes, please
David's
subscribe.
Please do.
We got another- Great show. I'm glad I stopped by to check it out. Hey, thank
We're
you so
glad
much
you
for
stopped
coming
by
on.
as well.
Yeah, we really
That's
appreciate
all
it.
because we got
Stop.
Yeah.
actor on here.
we
We
need
got a
to-
celebrity on here.
Yeah, there we go. All
my
right.
my mom loved Jonathan Frakes, but I think she said she liked him. Was it with the beard or without the beard? And then without the beard in the early days.
Wow.
Interesting.
Whenever you have you just compare them to the candy bars. You know, one of them is sugar daddy, the other one's sugar babies. So, you know,
Oh, yes.
daddies, or do you like sugar babies? That depends on if you like Riker with or without the beard.
Exactly.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that is going to wrap it up for this amazing episode of the Captain's Quadrant. Thank you so much, David, for joining us once again. Is there anything that you can tell and divulge to the fans here? Because people are going to check this out later on too. So is there
Yeah, he's
anything
going to break an NDA he
Yeah,
signed.
can you break some
just,
NDAs,
just to give
maybe?
us an exclusive. Yeah.
Yeah.
This evening Thanksgiving up on Amazon Prime, Netflix, number one show movie right now on Netflix USA.
I'm going to
you're in
drop.
that.
Hold on, I gotta interrupt you for a second. So he messaged me the other day and was like, "Have you watched Thanksgiving yet?" And I happened to be sitting in my room doing nothing, and I was like, "No, I'll watch it right now." Y'all
It's a great movie.
watch this movie. It's fantastic.
I've
It's
not
so
seen
good.
it yet.
You haven't
I've
seen
not
it?
seen it, but I heard good things.
The first 10 minutes of it, I was watching it going, oh, oh.
Yeah.
So you got to work with Eli Roth, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah, and my horror debut too. Like I've grown up watching Halloween. You know, I watch it religiously on AMC every Halloween, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I was hoping to get a nice, but yeah, I got to work with Eli Roth and Patrick Dempsey. It was great.
Mate, that looks pretty impressive on your resume. You gotta say
absolutely.
that. That's
Absolutely.
really great.
The memories will last a lifetime if they think this will be the new Halloween. The memories, I can say, maybe in 10 years I get to be the new Halloween, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
If
exactly.
this is
never know.
cuckoo Nuts, the first movie, I'll see every sequel that he makes because it
Yeah.
was fantastic.
And
And
you
I'm
know where
sending
that idea is born from, though, don't you? It's born from the fake trailers they did for the
Great.
Grindhouse movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've had two. We've had Machete and we've had Thanksgiving. So I'm
Edgar,
just waiting
mate,
for
don't.
I'm just waiting for Don't. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Don't.
Oh, yeah, he's so handsome, Riker.
Yeah. Oh man.
and Sun-
Excellent
Sunday
show.
you'll see me
Good
on
to
the
see you
Open Pike.
tomorrow, David. All right. Take care, Open Pike. Wait, 2 days. Okay. I guess there's time and space to be ironed out over there. That is going to wrap it up for this week. Be sure to go and check out David in Thanksgiving and go and watch Under the Cloak of War if you haven't, but I'm pretty sure you have. Otherwise, you wouldn't click this thumbnail and watch the show if you're new to the show. Get Captain Squadron. Please go and visit or download or go and pick up a copy of the book from last week's guest, Karin Nordine, Who Where the Ravens Roost, Last One Alive, and Sweet Little Lies. Be sure to go and check out those amazing books. We are going to be supporting her for a bit because she is fantastic. And
She really is.
She really is a wonderful, wonderful person. Now, if you didn't know, we are also going to be in person at the same time, the three of us. We wish you were there too, David, at Trek Long Island this June 2nd to May 31st to June 2nd. Definitely bringing my glasses next week. And we are at the bottom there. We're going to be hanging out in the podcast area. We're going to be talking with people. We're going to be doing a live episode of the Agony Booth. It's going to be a blast. So be sure to go pick up your tickets, buy them now, and you will love every minute of it. We are also going to say hello to our friends, the Scarif Podcast, pure unadulterated nerd talk from the Red 5 Network, another place that David recently hung out on. So be sure. Yeah, they're great guys. Be sure, and ladies, be sure to check them out over on their YouTube channel. Be sure to check out AJ Orsini's Uncensored Mind. It is WrestleMania season. If you are a wrestling fan, this is the guy you want to go to. He has a lot of knowledge within the industry and the business, as he was a wrestler and a manager in his time. You're going to want to listen to all the fun things that he has, and such knowledge and such love of ducks over there. Be sure to visit our friends, the Sci-Fi Queens. We are now an hour after them. And if you are interested in model ships, be sure to visit our friends in Encapsulated International. You can get your own Starship 3D printed. It's very cool. There's a lot to go and check out there. And there's 2 video sways, and I'm going to give the 2 gentlemen that are responsible for those their moment to talk about it, starting with VHS Jace. You ready?
Go.
All right. Go for it.
Please come and subscribe to my YouTube channel because nobody is. I currently hit 7,000 on TikTok this morning, but I need more subscribers. Come over and watch the really cool clips that I put on there.
Yeah, a lot of fun. All right. Jason Roygaston, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, here you go. And go.
Come join me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and on my own personal website at Jason Roy Gaston, jasonroygaston.com. And right now, if you haven't heard, I'm actually taking people to Egypt in later on this year. So there's chances for you to join me in Egypt. That's where the pyramids are.
We can.
You know why the pyramids are in Egypt, right? Because the
Um,
British couldn't get them onto a ship to take them to the museum.
That's great. It's so true. Colonizers.
No, it's because the aliens still need their navigational points. That's why they're still there.
All right, and that is going to wrap it up. Actually, had such a great time with you guys, David. It's been amazing. We will see you next time. Live long and prosper, and we hope that you will be back on Star Trek.
Yes.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
Or Thanksgiving too. I'll be happy either way.
Or